My mom was originally on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I've been in Future on Bravo a few times, but this is my first time being the main.
Y'all, this wasn't a spill, it was an explosion. Colman Domingo triggered a disclosure so catastrophic it tore violently through the Burruss family storyline, forcing the entire entertainment world to stagger while grasping the consequences. What previously lingered as hushed doubt and backstage whispers has violently surged into open sight, converting a locked courtroom into the heartbeat of chaos nobody anticipated. DNA documents, hidden exchanges, fiercely guarded memories. Each piece has reportedly shifted beyond gossip into evidence. Riley Burruss stands outside theory because Colman Domingo now declares fatherhood and a truth Kandi Burruss, allegedly shielded for years, was pulled into exposure. The chamber allegedly went silent, yet the calm collapsed quickly as chaos followed without warning, sending shockwaves everywhere beyond anyone's immediate control today. Camera flashes detonated, faces hardened, and the internet combusted before anyone reclaimed authority. Colman claims Kandi lived parallel lives, privately committed to him while publicly showcasing a future linked to Russell Spencer. He says every text, each intimate hour, every hidden chapter remains archived, and he's willing to unleash everything if threatened with erasure. By his telling, marriage failed to end concealment because even after Kandi wed Todd, the bond supposedly persisted behind sealed doors. Riley's beginnings, the manufactured storyline, and decades of deliberate misdirection are presented as completely uncovered. Audiences watch frozen as chronologies rewind, remarks are scrutinized, and every element autopsied live. This has transcended gossip entirely, leaving reputations collapsing publicly with consequences nobody can reverse now anywhere globally.
The fact that they said that I set him up.
Okay.
I did not set him up. That James Bond, that's what I call setting up. I don't know. You know.
My mom wants Todd to be doing something wrong bad that anything that anybody says about him, she's gonna be like excited to hear about it.
Buckle up, because what audiences once swapped as muted theory has now erupted into a blazing spectacle nobody could have imagined. The courtroom moment that survived only as hearsay reportedly morphed into a cinematic-scale collapse as Colman Domingo allegedly emerged with claims strong enough to shake the entire Burruss family storyline. What came next, onlookers say, sucked the breath from the space. A volatile blend of shock, sorrow, and raw exposure as a truth hidden for years was violently forced into view. Riley Burruss, a name viewers watched grow under bright lights. A young woman wrapped inside a presumed inheritance was abruptly thrust into a reality many could barely comprehend. She is allegedly Colman Domingo's biological child. Every camera captured the rupture, every face locked still, and each stifled inhale carried the burden of generations cracking apart simultaneously. Colman allegedly described a concealed double life, accusing Kandi Burruss of sustaining two perfectly balanced existences. One version, he said, was polished for public consumption, while the other unfolded silently beneath the surface, guarding ties never meant to surface. He claimed the relationship publicly linked to Russell Spencer served as camouflage, while private involvement with him persisted, monitored, documented, and stored. Each revelation reportedly thickened the air as if the room itself prepared for collision. The pressure reportedly crested when Colman alleged that even after Kandi's marriage to Todd, secrecy held firm. Private meetings, hidden communications, and moments capable of destroying everything if exposed. What shocked witnesses most was that these claims were not framed as single events. They were depicted as an intricate cycle of deception maintained across years. Riley's public image, according to the allegations, had been molded by a narrative that obscured her real beginnings, disguising truth beneath a carefully engineered illusion. Colman allegedly said that every message, every image, every intimate recollection had been preserved. Proof capable of shattering long-held beliefs. He depicted Kandi as someone living split realities, one visible to millions. Riley's shock, the shared disbelief, and the heartbreak of secrets guarded for generations fused into a moment both catastrophic and impossible to ignore. As pressure reportedly climbed to its breaking point, Colman Domingo allegedly restated the magnitude of what he held. Logs of scenes, communications, and encounters stored without omission. The message was unmistakable. If unveiled, every trusted storyline surrounding the Burruss family could realign overnight. Viewers grappled to absorb the avalanche of assertions, each one delivering deeper emotional impact than before. This is not merely a tale of concealed affairs or contested lineage. Allegedly, it represents a record of deception, selfhood, and the corrosive power of truth postponed too long. As arguments ignite online, countless observers continue to dissect, dispute, and emotionally attach themselves to what many describe as the most explosive chapter in the Burruss family saga. Colman Domingo allegedly maintains the proof is undeniable, that reality will outrun resistance, and that Riley's authentic history can no longer stay hidden. The courtroom, by most descriptions, transformed into a platform for Hollywood's rawest drama, a space where secrets cultivated over years collided head-on with revelation. Every tense glance, every fractured breath, every eruption of camera flashes signaled the start of repercussions beyond recall. The emotional tremor is already radiating outward. Strap in because this is just the first movement. Allegedly, what emerged was only the surface layer, with digital aftershocks now beginning. Riley's identity, Kandi's alleged concealment, and Colman Domingo's asserted evidence have established a new benchmark for courtroom spectacle. Unfiltered, devastating, and violently human. Millions are watching, millions are responding, and millions remain locked in as a tempest that has only just been unleashed. The chamber was still processing the initial shock, the hush thick and uneasy, when Colman Domingo allegedly leaned forward, his stance steady, yet weighed down by years of suppressed truth. Focus snapped to him immediately, every gaze locked tight, every breath suspended, as though the next sentence alone might shatter whatever fragile balance still survived. By the allegations, he spoke unfiltered, detailing how Kandi Burruss supposedly constructed a pristine public image while hiding a private existence knotted in secrecy, diversion, and intentional concealment few believed could exist. Allegedly, Colman stated that Riley's entire childhood stood atop a fabricated narrative, every retelling precisely adjusted to protect appearances. He asserted the truth of her beginnings was knowingly suppressed while those nearest family members, friends, even Mama Joyce were quietly redirected away from reality. Witnesses say the gravity of that claim pulsed through the room, and online reactions ignited within moments as disbelief spread. For many, the most disturbing element was the notion that Riley's very public youth unfolded beneath a shadow she never agreed to bear. According to Colman's alleged account, the disclosures did not stop there. He cited stored communications, saved messages, and documented moments said to stretch across years of covert meetings and private contact. He allegedly positioned Kandi's link to Russell Block Spencer as intentional cover, while his own involvement with her continued silently beyond view. Each assertion reportedly struck harder than the one before until the courtroom sank into frozen quiet, the seriousness of the accusations settling like weight on the air. Colman allegedly spoke of the emotional burden of watching Riley grow, knowing her reality was shaped by omissions and half-truths. He claimed Kandi lived two versions of herself, one displayed publicly, the other concealed behind closed doors. Episodes of heartbreak, severed connections, and years spent guarding information capable of unraveling public belief were all reportedly exposed. With every word, the narrative sank into something heavier than scandal, closer to heartbreak. He allegedly claimed that Kandi's marriage to Todd did not erase what had preceded it. By his account, secrecy persisted beyond the vows, with ongoing contact and hidden encounters. Colman reportedly asserted that every interaction had been archived, constructing a meticulous timeline which, if revealed, could unravel the entire history at once. The courtroom reportedly sat frozen as the depth of alleged duplicity and concealment became clear. The emotional impact on Riley, supposedly caught squarely in the storm, was described as crushing. She was allegedly confronted with the truth of her own identity, alongside the shocking realization that the life she knew was incomplete. Online audiences immediately began dissecting footage and reactions, treating each moment like proof of a world falling apart in real time. Observers say this went beyond gossip. It became a rupture of emotion reaching far beyond the room. Colman allegedly detailed the discipline necessary to preserve evidence, documenting memories, saving conversations, safeguarding material that supported his claims. He reportedly cautioned that without intervention, those private records could surface, revealing years of hidden behavior. The mere suggestion reportedly sent chills through the courtroom, a stark reminder of the destructive force buried truths can wield once exposed. The alleged testimony also hinted that the story was far from over. Colman allegedly claimed that the dynamics he described continued to reverberate into the present, carrying consequences still unfolding. He emphasized that the preserved records possess the power to reshape history, challenge long-held beliefs, and permanently alter the Burruss family's public image. Court insiders reportedly described the session as emotionally charged and profoundly unsettling. Colman allegedly described the anguish of watching Riley navigate a life meticulously shaped, while Kandi maintained a flawless facade for public consumption. Each assertion, each archived detail reportedly amplified a story that had quietly simmered for decades, until the courtroom itself seemed transformed into the set of a real-life drama too intense to ignore. Online reaction was immediate. Clips spread, hashtags surged, and millions scrutinized every second with near forensic precision. What began as a private family reckoning quickly escalated into a worldwide spectacle. Riley's confrontation with her origins, Kandi's alleged duplicity, and Colman's preserved evidence converged into a narrative that refused to be overlooked. Colman allegedly ended with a chilling reminder: the evidence he claimed to hold was concrete. He reportedly affirmed possession of messages, recordings, and private moments capable of substantiating every accusation. Observers say he implied this was merely the opening act, a warning that deeper revelations were yet to come. The room reportedly stayed frozen, grappling with the magnitude of what had been recorded. The alleged account depicted betrayal and secrecy so profound it felt almost surreal. Its ramifications extended beyond a single family, revealing the havoc wrought when truth is delayed too long. Audiences remained riveted as the alleged disclosures unfolded, converting private anguish into a public reckoning. At its core was Riley, a life allegedly sculpted by hidden truths and curated facades. She was reportedly forced to face the totality of what had been concealed. Compelled to reconcile identity with revelation, the courtroom became a crucible where secrecy collided with truth in devastating fashion. Colman Domingo's alleged testimony reportedly concluded with an unspoken caution: preserved truths cannot remain hidden forever. The potential fallout for everyone involved was immense. Every saved message, every chronicled moment, reportedly carried the weight to rewrite relationships and redefine public perception overnight. The fallout, both emotional and public, was unprecedented. Arguments ignited, scrutiny intensified, and the courtroom drama morphed into a global obsession. Riley's identity, Kandi's persona, and Colman's long-suppressed account merged into a narrative brimming with heartbreak and viral intensity. And allegedly, this is only the beginning. The revelations, the proof, and the emotional reckoning are still unfolding. What comes next promises deeper fissures, harsher consequences, and truths potent enough to shake everything in their path. The tension had barely relented when it surged again. Just as the courtroom appeared to inhale a brief pause, Colman Domingo allegedly added another layer to his account, and the room reportedly plunged back into silence. Witnesses claim people leaned forward instinctively, fingers gripping armrests as anticipation and disbelief thickened the air. According to allegations, Colman began revealing Kandi Burruss' private maneuvers with a precision almost cinematic, intricate, deliberate, and deeply disquieting. He allegedly maintained that for years she existed in parallel realities, not only hiding Riley's origins, but orchestrating a web of relationships so calculated that deception became habitual. This, he suggested, was never spontaneous secrecy. It was a prolonged performance designed to control perception, steer narratives, and safeguard her image at all costs. Colman allegedly recounted betrayals executed in silence, encounters he claims were never left to memory alone. According to his testimony, texts, videos, and personal records were meticulously preserved, tracing a hidden timeline meant for almost no eyes. While Kandi's public relationship with Russell Block Spencer played out for all to see, Colman allegedly stated their private connection unfolded simultaneously, concealed from everyone, including, he implied, Todd at the time of marriage. He allegedly detailed clandestine encounters that persisted even after wedding vows, and the courtroom reportedly absorbed the full weight of years of hidden truths crashing down simultaneously. The emotional intensity of those claims reportedly left the room stunned. Colman allegedly spoke of the anguish of watching Riley grow up unaware of the full reality of her identity. He framed the deception not merely as personal betrayal, but as one inflicted on Riley herself, a child molded by narratives she never chose. With each assertion, the story reportedly shifted from scandal to tragedy, leaving the courtroom riveted by what felt like irreversible damage unfolding in real time. According to the allegations, Colman directly accused Kandi of deliberate misrepresentation. He reportedly claimed she misled Mama Joyce, Riley, and close confidants alike, manipulating stories to protect her public image while concealing reality. Every exchange, every encounter, every hidden moment, he allegedly said, had been meticulously preserved and was ready to surface if necessary. Observers say the audacity of these allegations left the courtroom reeling while social media simultaneously erupted, clips of the testimony spreading at viral speed. Colman allegedly suggested the fallout from this deception did not stop in the past. He implied that the consequences were ongoing, continuing to shape lives, particularly Riley's. According to his account, once revealed, the truth had the power to redefine her entire sense of self, rewrite relationships, and force a reckoning with years of concealed reality. Fans and analysts reportedly dissected every pause, every inflection, turning each second into global commentary. He then allegedly traced the trajectory of their secret relationship, from early encounters to private moments hidden from public view. Texts, videos, and archived materials were said to form a detailed chronology directly contradicting the public image. Colman reportedly described the emotional strain of existing within dual narratives, one public, one hidden, and how that duplicity reshaped everyone involved. Witnesses say the courtroom could feel the mounting emotional pressure with each claim. The tone reportedly darkened further as Colman allegedly addressed the psychological impact on Riley, describing a childhood framed by appearances layered with omissions she was never equipped to question. The notion of a child's reality constructed from carefully curated falsehoods reportedly struck the room with particular force. Colman emphasized the moral and emotional consequences of such long-term concealment, leaving observers visibly shaken. According to the allegations, Kandi's ability to maintain secrecy required relentless orchestration. Colman allegedly detailed intentional control over public appearances, messaging, and even social media narratives to ensure no suspicion ever surfaced. He claimed this manipulation extended into every relationship she maintained, balancing visibility with concealment and intimacy with control. The picture reportedly painted was one of calculated deception on a scale rarely alleged so openly. With each revelation, suspense reportedly tightened its hold on the room. Colman allegedly warned that what he possessed was more than mere documentation, it was leverage, capable of reshaping reputations and rewriting public understanding. The weight of that implication reportedly silenced the courtroom, making the potential fallout unmistakably clear. Online reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Millions reportedly replayed clips, shared screenshots, and debated implications with relentless intensity. Riley's identity, Kandi's alleged secrecy, and Colman's preserved material quickly dominated global discussion. The emotional charge, betrayal, heartbreak, and revelation elevated the story beyond routine gossip into something consuming and inescapable. Colman allegedly emphasized that evidence does not fade. Every archived exchange, he claimed, stood as proof of years spent managing truth and illusion. He reportedly asserted that these records could dismantle carefully constructed narratives and expose reality after decades of concealment. The courtroom, by accounts, reportedly held its breath under the weight of that possibility. The emotional toll reportedly extended beyond those directly involved. Viewers absorbed the clash between private truth and public image as it unfolded in real time. The spectacle became a collision of secrecy, pain, and exposure, gripping, unsettling, and impossible to ignore. Colman allegedly made clear that this was only the beginning, that deeper consequences still loomed. As the testimony neared its apparent conclusion, the room reportedly sensed finality without closure. The implications stretched far beyond the immediate players, representing years of manipulation and emotional complexity, now facing exposure. Colman allegedly reiterated the existence of evidence, the reality of Riley's biological truth, and the cost of prolonged deception. Witnesses say his words lingered heavily, signaling that perception itself could shift with every new disclosure. Audiences remained riveted. Every update was analyzed, every clip replayed, every reaction dissected. The saga of secrecy and betrayal continued to captivate, fueling viral debate and emotional investment worldwide. Colman Domingo's claims, Riley's identity, and Kandi's alleged double life converged into a story too charged to dismiss. By the end, the courtroom reportedly understood one thing with clarity: this was far from over. Each revelation carried the power to reshape relationships, redefine reputations, and echo far into the future. The intensity of the moment cemented its place as a defining scandal, tragic, volatile, and emotionally devastating. And as the world looked on, captivated, it became apparent that the next chapter could surpass even the shock of what came before. Brace yourself, because what emerged from that courtroom is merely the surface layer of something far more combustible. What allegedly unfolded was not an ending, but the opening crack of an emotional implosion continuing to spread outward. Viewers everywhere are reportedly still grappling with the force of Colman Domingo's claims as the repercussions extend far beyond the room where they were delivered. According to allegations, long-buried events, hidden connections, and closely guarded truths tied to Kandi Burruss, Riley, and years of secrecy have now been thrust into public view. The response was immediate and global, timelines flooded, clips replayed, every pause and gesture dissected, as the story ignited into full viral momentum. Riley's identity, once protected by carefully constructed narratives, is now exposed, and the emotional weight of that revelation has become impossible to ignore. Allegedly, Colman's insistence that messages, recordings, and memories remain intact has completely reframed the narrative. These claims are no longer mere background detail, they act like a live wire, capable of detonating long-held public assumptions. With each alleged disclosure, Kandi's meticulously managed image reportedly cracks further, turning what was once private turmoil into a spectacle unfolding in real time. Observers say the stakes have soared. Legal pressure, personal fallout, and decades of concealed truths now dominate global discussion. Nothing about this moment feels settled. If anything, the intensity is mounting. At the heart of it stands Riley, whose emotional reality has allegedly shifted overnight. What audiences are witnessing is not simply scandal, but the human toll of prolonged deception laid bare before the world. Reactions range from outrage to disbelief to raw empathy as viewers struggle to reconcile public image with alleged truth. Colman's alleged warning that remaining hidden evidence could still surface has only heightened the tension. The sense that another revelation could strike at any moment keeps